In this video, guys, let's check out CoreSpreads Australia. Stick around. Hey traders, warm welcome to you. Alright, so this video is sponsored by CoreSpreads Australia. We're going to look through and see what you need to know about them, if they're any good, some of the minor details about it, and of course if you want to check them out, there's a link in the description below to go and find out if they're the right broker for you. Picking a broker for spread trading is a very personal thing. You have to find out if they trade the markets or if they offer the markets that you want, if the spreads suit you, if the platform suits you, all this kind of stuff. So it's worth just checking out to see if they're the right broker for you. Like I said, there's a link in the description below. Go and have a look. But in this video, we'll find out quickly whether they are any good, what they offer, and if they kind of align themselves with what you're looking for in a spread trading broker. So who are they? CoreSpreads Australia. They are ASIC regulated, and you get negative balance protection, and your money is segregated as standards. What does that mean? Well, negative balance protection simply means that if you've got $1,000 in your account and the market gaps down and you would have lost 2,000, you're not going to go below zero. You're not going to suddenly owe CoreSpreads Australia $1,000. So it puts a floor on zero. If you didn't have that, then you would be liable for that. So it's a nice thing to do. So basically the money you've got in your account, yes, it's vulnerable and you could lose it all, but negative balance protection means you can't lose everything. So when would that happen? Scenario could be, we all remember the SNB, i.e. the Swiss debacle, when the currency pair just literally fell through the floor. If you were long that and you had a biggest position on that, take all of the money in your account and went lower, then you will be liable to pay that. With negative balance protection, you're not. So that's a good thing. And of course, your money is segregated and ring fenced, which basically means that they don't use it for day-to-day operations of the business. They're not paying staff wages with it, not doing marketing with it, they're not paying the bills, they're not keeping the lights on in the office. It's ring fenced and it's segregated. All right, so what do they offer? So it's a spread trading. Now, spread trading, very, very nice way and simple to understand way of getting exposure to long and short of many markets. So long, you can bet on the market going higher, or you can speculate on the market going higher. And if you're going short, you can speculate on the market going lower. So you can profit from falling markets and rising markets across a variety of different instruments, markets, shares, currencies. We'll have a look at those in a second. But it's a nice way of getting exposure to the long side and the short side of having a view on something and then putting your money down for it, and then are profiting from it or not, as the case may be, depending on if the trade goes your way or not. Obviously we hope they do, but some don't do from time to time, and that's the way trading goes. So what are the spreads like and what do they offer? So they offer almost everything you would expect them to offer. Forex pairs, they offer all the majors, they offer lots of minors, they offer a vast amount of currency pairs. Indices offer all the big ones, all the ones in the US, Australia, UK, Germany, etc. Commodities, of course, all the commodities you like to trade, like their crude oil, gold, silver, all that kind of stuff. And then of course individual shares as well. And actually they offer a handful of cryptocurrencies. But the important thing, guys, is to go and check them out and see if they offer the markets that you like to trade, and to see if the spreads suit you. Like I said, there's a link in the description below. So for example of some of the spreads, DAX, which is the German 30 on their platform, is is the tightest spread they offer, and that's during in hours. I think after hours it's slightly different. And actually, one thing to point out, there's a nice PDF, market information PDF. If you go onto the site and click market information, you can see the latest spreads, because I know they've just changed them and actually narrowed down some of the currency pairs. So go and check out for what it is at the moment. But German 30 about a point, Wall Street, which is obviously the Dow 30 equivalent, 1.4 points, and Euro US dollar 0.6 points. I mean, these are ridiculously tight. If you went to this example, if you went onto the exchange, the actual exchange is a point spread on the exchange, and you've got commission to pay. So if you're going to trade in a futures contract, which is YM equivalent on the exchange, you would be paying 1 point spread, and you would be paying a commission, which is probably almost a point. So it's almost cheaper to do spread trading with CoreSpreads Australia in some circumstances, which is crazy. So yeah, these guys are really, really tight spreads. The margin requirements, yes, I'm jealous because in CoreSpreads Australia, the margin requirements are pretty good. 0.5% margin for Euro USD, 0.5% margin for most of the indices. Some of them are slightly different, but around that kind of level. I think it's 1% on crude, US crude. So really good competitive margin requirements. Right, let's move to the platforms. What platforms can you trade on? They've got two platforms. One is a CoreTrader 2 platform, and one is Core MT4. Now CoreTrader 2 is really the kind of main platform, the easy platform to trade on. They've got good charts on there, they've got all the things that you would expect to have, watch lists you can create, etc. And that's where you get your tight spreads, that's where you're going to get your instant execution, that's where you're going to get all the things that you need as a trader. Now, you can trade on Core MT4. It's wrapped up slightly differently. It's a spread and a commission, and you're trading the currency pairs there. And of course, you can use your EAs on MT4. If you're familiar with MT4, then that might be a big tick in the box for you. So you've got a couple of choices there, and actually CoreTrader 2 has got a decent mobile app as well. So that's really an overview, a brief overview of CoreSpreads Australia. Offer loads of different markets, margin requirements are good, spreads are tight. The way that they've pitched themselves really is they've said, listen, we don't have any extras like, all this news feeds and analysis and bits and pieces like that. It's like, this is the platform. These are the spreads. They're as tight as we can make them and be competitive with it. If you are an active trader, and they probably suit the active trader, then it's something to consider, because you don't get any bells and whistles. You're not paying for more stuff than you need. You're paying for the execution, and that's it. And so that's why these spreads are pretty decent. But like I say, the thing to do with any broker, any platform we're changing to, whatever, is to check them out yourself. See the spreads on your particular market, because what might happen, guys, is that, and this is very common, you might say trade 4 or 5 different instruments, but you might have different brokers for a couple of those, because one broker might be more competitive on one than the other, or there might be a feature with one broker that's very useful. So there's nothing wrong with having a couple of brokers, but the important thing is to go, right, what do I trade? What are the spreads like on that? What are the margin requirements? What are the features that I really need? Do you need some decent charting? Do you need a mobile app? Is there something that's a deal breaker for you? You write your list down, your non-negotiables, and then you see what's competitive, and then you crack open a demo, you try them out, you see if they're like, you open a live account, you stick some money in, and you get rolling. So that's CoreSpreads Australia, guys. Like I say, check them out, link in the description below. I think the best thing to do is go and check out the market information PDF. That's a decent download, so you can see all the spreads and margin requirements and hours, etc, etc, etc. Anyway, whatever you're doing, take care, keep your risk managed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.